that more later on. My name is Pat Dinkens of P. Dinkens Residential Properties with Sampson Properties. I'm also a life coach. And I'm a solopreneur. Growing up, I never had in my mind to be an entrepreneur. Matter of fact, like many of us coming up through high school or even through elementary school, we wanted to be a teacher. I didn't have examples in my family of being an entrepreneur. When I got into high school, I wanted to be a counselor. So my plan was to go into college and study psychology or counseling. So that's what I did. Did that work out for me? No. I mean, I like the practical side of the psychology, but as far as the statistics go, that was a no-no for me. Moving on in my life, at some point, I got interested in real estate. I was engaged to, I'll call him Daryl, and Daryl and I would go on the weekends and visit open houses. So we both said, oh, we could be a realtor. But Daryl and I did not become a realtor. Daryl and I broke up, matter of fact. And years down the road, I decided to take my real estate test. And I passed it, thank God, because it's something I never want to take again. Then I became a realtor. I became a solopreneur. Now, let me explain to you, what is a solopreneur? A solopreneur is basically someone who is an entrepreneur. However, we're the only person. We're doing everything. We're the marketing person. We're the PR person. We're everything. And with real estate, I'm the PR person. I'm the creative director because I love to do videos. I'm, like I said, the marketing person. I'm the accounting person. And I'm the realtor. I'm it all. Oftentimes, being it all can be exhausting. A lot of times you don't have the time that you like to have to do fun things because you're a solopreneur, it's your business, and if you don't do it, who else will? Nobody. Now, back to the first statement I made a few minutes ago, as far as saying, what time do you get off? It's a hustle job. Now, probably any solopreneur is a hustle job, but real estate is a hustle job. You're out there working with clients, sometimes till 8 o'clock at night. Sometimes I'm even working till 11 o'clock at night. So when my girlfriend asked me what time do I get off, because on this particular day, I had to go from Alexandria to Waldorf, Maryland, Alexandria, Virginia to Waldorf, Maryland, and then back home to Springfield, where I live. So during this particular day, I was driving approximately 90 miles round trip to show clients' houses and also to deal with my listings. So it's a hustle job. Is it tiring? Yes. Is it rewarding? Yes. Because, like I said, in high school, I wanted to be a counselor. Well, in real estate, you're a counselor, you're a mediator, you're a negotiator. Like I said, you're a jack of all trades. And I love counseling people because I love helping people. Now, along with the real estate, like I said, I'm a life coach as well. So I have been trained to listen to people. I've been trained to ask the right questions, to elicit answers out of people, to get them to go from step A to step B. And it's important as an entrepreneur to understand what is your why. Because your why is what propels you to the next level. Your why is what motivates you, basically. My why for real estate is, like I said, I love helping people. I love helping the first-time home buyer get the keys to their new home, and they're all excited because they never thought they could buy a home. I love helping the person find a home where they can age in place or to downsize because the kids are gone and they need a smaller home. They need to be able to grow old gracefully. I also love helping people build wealth. Part of being a realtor, you're helping them, invest in their home, which is basically the best investment there is. So I'm still helping people. Like I said, as a counselor, mediator, negotiator, I do it all. Now, like I said, marketing, I love doing that. The social networking, the social media stuff, the video stuff. I have to be creative in doing all these things. And in doing all these things, what's important to do is, you have to attend conferences to educate yourself, to stay on top of what's going on, to stay on top of the latest technology, to fuel your energy along with your why. And it's so important as an entrepreneur to surround yourself with like-minded people because they basically encourage you. They help push you along. So speaking of pushing along, it's important to have a coach. I mean, basketball players, sports people have coaches. And surprisingly, recently I found out that, remember Mary Murray, Mary Murray, the singing group? They have a voice coach. Now, I was surprised about that because as good as they sing, they have a coach. So it's important to get a coach or a mentor. Like I said, surround yourself with like-minded people so you can feel that you're not alone. Because oftentimes, as a solopreneur, entrepreneur, your family may not support your dreams. Matter of fact, I had a situation a few years ago that a couple of members of my family were talking and saying about me that she calls herself a realtor. She's not doing anything, da 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 da. I have to encourage myself. Like I said, you may not have the support of your family. I mean, they support me now, but they couldn't see what I see. And there may be people around you who can't see what you see, but you have to encourage yourself. You have to be your own rah, rah, rah cheerleader. Now think about it. Jesus in all his mightiness, they talked about him. They said, can anything good come out of Nazareth? His own people, his homies, okay? So if they talked about Jesus and not supported him, what more can we expect? So be your own cheerleader. Surround yourself with like-minded people. Also, get out there and network. With networking, you'll see that you meet people that can send you referral business. And that's also a part of being around like-minded people. Like I said, they send you referral business, you send them referral business, and unofficially, they become a part of your team. What else is there about being an entrepreneur? Like I say, I mean, it's so much. Like I say, you're working hard, you're hustling. Matter of fact, I have a t-shirt that says, real estate is my hustle, which it is. Long hours, hustling. Sometimes you may feel alone, so it's important to surround yourself with like-minded people. Get out there and do what you need to do. Educate yourself, to continue to educate yourself, attend conferences, network, stay at top of mind of people, the marketing, be on top of the latest technology. Do what you need to do. Understand your why. Like I said, understanding your why is what's going to propel you to the next level. Understanding your why is what keeps you going. Just like Nike, just do it. Also, it's important to understand your interpersonal characteristics to be successful. What are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? Now, for me, I've had to learn to develop some strengths because I am in the people business. Growing up, I was a quiet person. laid back, uh, not in the forefront. And even one of my friends said, I remember when you used to be so quiet. But when you're in business, you got to get, like I said, get out there and hustle. You learn to get out there and talk to people. Now, at first, it may take you out of your comfort zone. So being an entrepreneur, solopreneur, may have you getting out of your comfort zone. But that's a good thing because you want to grow. So you step out of your comfort zone to do what you need to do. So now I can get out there and talk to people. I'm not as great at it as I like to be, so I'm still growing in that area, but I'm better than I was. So I guess I enjoy talking to people, though. So all that, getting out there, network, you enjoy talking to people. That's part of my strengths. Also, as a counselor, my master's is in human service counseling and practical theology. So I'm trained, as far as the counseling side goes, I'm trained to listen to people. I'm trained to ask the right questions to help them to move forward. So that's all part of my training, part of my strengths. As far as my weaknesses go, I guess I would say, like I said, I'm not as strong as far as talking to people as I would like to, but I do it, and I think I've gotten pretty good at it. Also, part of my weakness, I am a perfectionist. And I mean, where you may think that being a perfectionist is good, not all the time, because it causes you to lose time. Just do it, get it over with, move forward, do the task and stop dwelling on trying to get it perfect. Because getting something perfect, you can do it over and over again and still not be satisfied. So try not to dwell on being too perfect anyway. Like I said, that's one of my weaknesses. I already know that. Also, not a weakness, but I guess a trait you need to do is you need to be consistent. Because if you're not consistent, you end up falling off the wagon, so to speak, and you won't go anywhere. You'll be like pedaling in the mud or whatever, not going anywhere. So it's important to set a schedule. Like for real estate, my schedule can be in the morning when I get up, do some meditation to help me get going, do a little exercise, gotta eat my breakfast, study the hot sheets, so I know what's going on in the market. I listen to some motivational videos. I listen to some training videos. I look at who I need to call that day, who I need to touch base with that day. I may have to go out and show houses. I need to call some realtors to see if the houses are still available. I need to set schedules. That's basically, that's not it, but that's a quick overview. I may even have a settlement that day, so I have to go to that settlement. I have to coordinate between the lender, the home inspector, other inspections that need to be done. So I'm calling and coordinating people on a daily basis to get the transaction from the beginning to the end, so that my clients can get the settlement table and get the keys. So these are some of the things, that my day can consist of. Like I said, sometimes I'm working till maybe 10 o'clock at night because I have to get a contract signed so my client can get that house. Hustle, hustle, hustle. Basically, being an entrepreneur, hustle. Delegate if you can, which is important because that'll save you time. I want to end with telling you this story. So there was a daughter and a father. They had left church from a revival and they were on their way home. So the father decided to let the daughter drive home. She was a new driver, so he wanted to give her some experience. Let her drive home. So it started to rain. And the daughter was a bit nervous. And she looks at her dad. He's like, keep on going. So she's continuing to drive. It starts to rain a little bit more. She looks at her dad. Her dad says, keep on going. Then it rained so hard that she can hardly see. You've seen where it's like sheets of rain where you can hardly see. And bad enough with an experienced driver, you want to pull over. But she was a new driver, so she wanted to pull over. And she said, "Dad, I want to pull over." Her dad said, "Nope, keep on going." So eventually they made it home. And when they got to a certain point, her dad told her, "Look back behind you. What do you see?" And she said, "I see the rain. It's still raining pretty hard back there." And her dad said, "Nope, try it again. What else do you see?" She says, "I see that the cars are still back there." And her dad says, "Exactly. They stopped. They're still in the storm. You kept going, and now you're out of the storm." So I'm saying all this to say, if you're thinking about being an entrepreneur, get ready. You're going to have some storms, but don't give up. Persevere. Keep going. Surround yourself with like-minded people. Educate yourself. Network. And learn to delegate. I'm Pat Dinkens of P. Dinkens Residential Properties, of Samson Properties, and a life coach. I hope what I said helped you understand what it means to be a solopreneur, and hopefully I encouraged you. Bye-bye.